Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with this week's episode of the Spfl show. Now as you can see, there's only me and Rai, unfortunately this week. Nah, I'm only kidding, mate. How's things?
Oh, well, do you know what I was about to say? It's the second time this year that both of us have came in. You know, usually I get the slaggings for not being here, but do you know what? The second time this year it's just been me and you, and I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy every single second of it.
I really didn't, mate, if I'm honest with you.
I can tell. Well, I could just tell when we're going on the air there, you're just rubbing your hands. You're like, this is the best kind of show we can ask for.
No, it's probably because I'm that cold to just walking Rocky, hence why I look like shit, by the way. Literally just when I'm about to calm I'm doing, I look like dog meat, but it's just me and Ryan this week. Now, just to give you a question, because there'll be people asking about Div, he is currently on a flight from Bali. I don't think he's landed yet. It was kind of touch and go if the day will get over, but there, and Gogsy's probably trying to clean his wank tissue. Remember, did you see last week's?
No, I've not seen that. I've seen bits and bobs there, but I've not seen that. What the hell is that about? What?
He had Head and Shoulders in the background and then a wank tissue at the bottom of his bed. And I went, is that wank tissue? And he went,
oh,
you freeze on air.
Jesus, God almighty. See, the thing is, do you know what the worst part is about Gogsy is, like, I can't imagine that just being an improvised bit of comedy. Those eyes lighting up means yes, that is that. I've got certainty.
It was, please move on, CJ. I've made a mistake. That was the eyes that he gave me.
Aye, that's like, you know, I just feel like with Div or myself, you can sense that wee bit of comedy in there, wee bit of, I know, irony and sarcasm and such, but nah, just let's move on swiftly past that. I imagine for the sake of Gogsy.
We'll move on because he got battered enough last week for the comments. Just a wee question coming in there from Bradley Mason. By the way, shout out to everyone that's currently watching. We'll dive into the show in a second. He says, Ryan, are you also a Man United fan?
I mean, fan is it's a very. I'm a Celtic fan, but I mean, if I was to say I've got an English team, like, you know, you like your Spurs, Man United have always been mine, so I may as well throw it. I forgot that I was wearing the United top today, but my dad's always been a Man United fan, so I always felt, you know,
you've just got like a team everywhere, mate. Every time I talk to you, you're like Dortmund, Seville.
You name a country, I like the team. I'll have a team.
Norway.
Stromgodset, Ronnie Dyler's mob. There you go.
They're good. They're a good team now, aren't they? Right, lads. As you might be able to tell by the title, this week's is going to be a slight little mixture because obviously with the midweek games, the discussion points have all kind of been said by other podcasts and like the media and everything because it's been so many days now. So we'll kind of reflect and go back and mention the results, but we're not going to dive too much in it. Instead, we're going to start right away with the games that just happened over the weekend, and that's going to be the League Cup special. So we'll start off with yourself there, Ryan. I'll let you pick the team. I can imagine who it's going to be and give us your thoughts on the overall game.
Who would I pick here out of the vast selection of games?
I mean, the best team are Celtic. That's
well, let's see. We'll go with it. We'll go with Celtic, of course, the best team. Who, you know, have solidified their place in yet again another cup final with a fantastic result of the weekend, and that makes it 30 straight cup wins. I believe. Absolutely.
It's like Football Manager, isn't it?
It's just stupendous. It's crazy that we've got to. It's stupendous. It's never really been done before. All things aside, fantastic performance at the weekend. Everything I cast for. I went into the game with probably the most confidence I've felt in a cup semi-final in a long, long time. I didn't really feel any threat from Hibs going in there. But it's one of the ones you don't want to come and say that in case you end up with the egg in your face. So like going into it, you know, I predicted, look, Celtic will go out here, they'll win. And my exact prediction was 3-0. So I got a goal difference, right? I said Celtic will go in, they'll win 3-0. And Heckingbottom will end up sacked, and now we sit in a position where both situations have happened. But I mean, putting the Heckingbottom sacking aside, because that's another conversation for another time. Starting from the first minute to the 90th minute, performance was relentless from Celtic. We, you know, went straight for it as soon as the first whistle went, and it's really following up on what has been a recurring theme for Celtic over the past few weeks, and that is show no mercy, go forward, and it's a real big change. And I made a video on it my own channel, not plug and stuff. But I made a video on my own channel talking about the kind of difference between like this year and last year's point in the season, and that is the big difference. We're kind of going for a more cutthroat mentality in these games, and that was very evident at the weekend. And I can't complain about anything. I know we conceded twice. The first goal was a bit disappointing the way it kind of fell for them. But you know what? 5-2, and another cup final, and a very interesting cup final this time as well, something that both of us can look forward to here.
It's going to be an interesting little SPFL show after that.
That will be a fantastic.
Either one of us are turning up, or
well, let's hope that I'll be hosting the show then. No, honestly, superb weekend, and you know what? It's a good bit of confidence as well heading into what is going to be a tough week again with a European game. And a big month for both of us. Like, I think, what is it, like Definitely. 10 games just that we both play this month? It's the fixtures are unreal. So, you know what, neck and neck is staying the exact same. When New Rangers, I knew when I left Hampden on Saturday that the exact same thing was going to happen the next day. I knew Rangers were going to go out and they were going to, play the same, the same as Hearts. So, to go out and score 5 goals shows great intent, and I'm very, very happy with how it went.
It's kind of returning back to the way it used to be. You know what I mean? Like tight at the top of the league, back in cup finals. It's going to be interesting to see. I just want to bring up a couple of points because the start of the game, actually, I've got to give credit. I think Celtic should have had a penalty because the Hibs player just went like that and punched it away.
At the time, I never seen it. I seen the stadium, couldn't even tell you that happened. It wasn't until I got home and then because I was
it was unbelievable.
And I was just sitting there watching the highlights at night. I was like, Jesus, how did the referee? I don't know, but it's a definite penalty. You got that right. Should have got a penalty there.
So we'll go with that. But anyway, how do you pronounce it again, Ryan? You always have to tell me. El
Yanusi.
That's the one. He scores again. He's looking very dangerous. But there was one thing I noticed about the first Celtic goal. There is as much Celtic players in the box as their Hibs defenders. Like, that's how attacking Celtic was. There's literally 4 Celtic players inside their box with 4 Hibs defenders. It's frightening, man.
And I think
they want to scare the toy Hibs.
It's crazy. I think one of the bit, as I said, there's such a big difference in the way we played football between this point last year and right now, and that's not a negative thing because we obviously were very successful under Brendan Rodgers this point last year as well. But I think when we started the season and people were getting a little bit agitated at Lennon, I think he was still trying to adapt to what Brendan Rodgers had done with the team, and he was trying to follow that route. But now he's just went. He's came with his own thing. And he said, "You know what? Just play attacking football, get forward, and nobody's really scared to get forward."
Nah, I think they just knew that Hibs team was there to get beaten. You could see how many men they weren't even tracking back half the time. Just like put 4 up top, and we'll just fucking play man to man. It was almost like that. The second goal though for Celtic, we need to obviously talk about because that was offside. Let's be fair. I did say we should have had a penalty, but Edouard was about a yard or so offside.
It's one of the ones where you look at the linesman and you think to yourself, for me,
what
it was
doing?
Very, very blatantly. No, for where I was sitting, I couldn't tell you if that was offside in a million years. But when you watch it back, you're looking at the linesman, you've got
and he's right in line.
I know exactly. It's like thanks for giving us the goal. That's nice, but it's a terrible decision, a terrible call. Should have been offside.
Yeah, good movement there. But I don't know if he was trying to dink the goalkeeper. Do you think he was trying to mean that the pass inside, or was that?
To me, it looks as though the pass inside was intentional.
Right.
Like, you kind of watch back the slow highlights or the slow mo. You kind of see him look off of the pass.
So after it goes, you can't really say like Hibs were like cheating at the game because they were kind of blew away, but they did obviously respond. It was a good finish by the lad as well. Foster a bit slow to come off his line. His reactions still haven't really impressed me.
It was quite unfortunate It was quite unfortunate for the one we always talk about, Bolly Golly, who goes in to try and win the ball. And he does win the ball, but he just pokes it.
Great assist for him. Is he making you 5 of the week?
This week he never, actually. This week he
fell
never.
off.
I fell off just for that because he assisted the other team. Otherwise, he would still
That's
be
the best he's looked to me. See when he put Hibs through? That was the best he's looked. So good shout out to him.
I knew you'd say that.
So once it went to, was it 3-1 at Celtic at that point? Or
that was 2-1. That made it 2-1 when Hibs
2-1. But then Celtic just kind of roasted themselves forward. Again, they hit the post another couple of times. And then Scott Brown ended up getting a goal. The goalkeeper completely flops it. I mean, what the hell was the goalkeeper doing? I've seen a couple of Hibs fans send me a message saying, was it not a foul on the goalkeeper? For me, I think the goalie just comes out and completely spills it.
On a weekend, I was seeing a couple of goalkeeping disasters. That one for me as well. He spills it right to Brown, and at the time, I did honestly think it was going to get disallowed. But looking back on it,
I think Brown also did because he didn't celebrate.
You see Brown kind of hesitating to go and like, should I celebrate here? Am I going to look like a wanker?
Doesn't need to worry about that, does he?
That made it. What was I think? That was 4 point,
and then he gets the last one as well.
And that's kind of that point. It was a final dagger. You could say.
For the people that watch the show every week, you know that Ryan's kind of fond of Hibs as well, and we always kind of laugh and joke about Canberra. So see, when I seen him score, I was like, "You're fucking kidding me!" It's a good finish for him.
Yeah, it was. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, Canberra is currently, I think, joint top scorer in the League Cup, which is a tremendous record. Really should be commended for that. But why
That's the state of the competition.
I think he's sitting on 5 goals in the competition. Like, obviously they play about 3 games, so it's not much. But it makes you like, where is the finish? Like, when you see a couple of decent finishes for Hibs, where is it in the league? Like, I know they still got beat 5-2, but Canberra's making he can't finish his down the league. Has he even scored a league goal this season? I
don't think so.
It's like, where can they need to, just put these little things into their game in the league, and they wouldn't be sitting third for bottom if they could just at least finish one opportunity like that game, because you've seen it time after time after time. It's with Hibs, the story this season has been maybe even just one chance is going to get them their 3 points, and they just keep missing. So it makes you wonder.
It does indeed, but again, the Celtic end up wrapping it. There was no chance of a late comeback. I mean, it could have been exciting, 4-2, blah, blah, blah. Before we talk about the last goal, I do think it's very funny, though, when Hibs did score that goal, you saw the Hibs fans run back to their seats, because they were all because it was within a couple of minutes since Celtic scored, right? They were all leaving. They go, "Oh shit, we've scored!"
I know we had that is once again talking about from being. I didn't even realise Hibs scored. We were still celebrating Brown's goal, and then I just hear the music come on for another goal scored, and I was like, "Oh, what the?" They just got that. I completely missed it at the time.
I do think that's a very funny moment. If you have not seen the highlights, go and please watch, because they're all like, "Fuck this, we're away." We're back in it, lads. We're back in it.
Stairs. I'm surprised a few of them never just tumbled right down, but you know what? Just get right back into their seats. I mean,
and it was that, and the fifth obviously goal comes out from Scott Brown as well. Annoyingly, see, when I seen him score a second one, I mean, that bastard's going to be right smug tomorrow, man. Honestly, it was actually a good move for Scott Brown. I'll give him that. He kind of chip pass to Elyounoussi. Could have been a hat trick for him, but unselfishly passes into Brown. Fantastic save by the goalie, by the way.
I know. I was surprised he even missed the first opportunity.
Definitely, and then ends up rattling it into the back of it. When Scott Brown scored 2 and Canberra scoring 1, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
That's when you know it's time for a change. That is for Hibs fans. That is time for a change. But I mean, Scott Brown's a lovely guy. You love him. You love it.
I definitely do not. But anyway, it was a very one-sided game. I know some people are going to mention the offside and goal whenever, but Celtic could have made that one.
Like, even if Celtic didn't score for that, if it got called offside, it was going to end the same way. It wasn't going to change the game. Hibs were never really in it. They did, granted, I think they got like the first chance of the game. But like, just throughout, there was never... Celtic kind of just walked all over them in every aspect. And even when it came to the 2 goals we conceded, one was gifted to them, the other was probably just
great ball by ball.
Both teams. I can't talk. We kind of shut down for a minute after scoring our goal. I don't think it would have changed anything, even if people try to say it would or whatever. We walked all over them.
Yeah, the Dugout Football Channel donates £5 to the chat. Thank you so much. By the way, says not everyone could predict that Hearts and Hibs were the first teams to sack their manager. Both have been really poor and underperforming this season. And the reason I actually highlight this comment is that kind of it transitions us perfectly to the Hibs manager being sacked. Was it today? It's been official like a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Today, a couple of years ago, the statement was released and he is gone.
And I've seen a couple of like jokes and everything like that. So just in case you don't know, the Hibs manager has been sacked, and the current favourite is the same favourite as to replace Craig Levein at Hearts, Jack Ross. The man's busy.
He's busy. First name on any, like, if Derek McInnes was to go, I think Jack Ross would be the first name on the thing as well. He has got to be the name that's thrown about, and he's got a choice if he gets offered 2 jobs. What one's more ambitious? One does he? See, the question I have, and I know we're going to come on to the Hearts sacking after this at some point in the video, but is Craig Levein still the director at Hearts? Is he still got his role there? I'm
confused about this because it says that he's left the role, but he's still now a part of Hibs. Hearts, sorry. Hearts, so I don't know if he's like the I don't know, answering the phones or something like that. Maybe
I know, maybe the receptionist. I don't know.
I don't understand because it says he's left both roles, but then a couple of days later, I seen that some people say no, he's still the director of football because I made a joke about him getting sacked on the phone and blah blah blah. People say no, he's not sacked, but then he's apparently not the director of football as well. So I don't know what they've done there.
That's well, like if
He's just sacked himself.
See if I see that comment as well. If Craig Levein is still in some form of role where he has that kind of lingering power, I know if I was Jack Ross, I'd be heading Hibs personally.
I would not go anywhere near him.
Hearts really need to move over past this Levein stage, and that is by getting rid of him. Absolutely, completely altogether. But as we were talking about the Hibs job, Heckingbottom gone. It was right. They had to do it. I think though that Hibs done the right thing by keeping them till after the
semi-final.
Beat 5-2. I believe it's a stupid mistake to sack somebody the week before a cup final or cup semi-final. But he's gone now, and it's probably a decision that Hibs fans will be pleased with come the end of the season, because I do see them improving with whoever they get.
I do as well. I think this is going to be one of these appointments that a manager comes in, kind of like Paul did last season. Remember, Neil Lennon was tanking them. They looked awful. Paul came in, broke a record for the 60s, and then it just never quite fought. And I think the exact same thing is going to happen again. A manager's going to come in there, the players are going to then start trying again because they are good players.
Team, they've got a lot of talent in that team. I honestly believe it's a matter of getting the goals scored. Craig Levein. It's a matter of getting goals scored and finishing the dinner that's going to be the big difference at Hibs, I think, because they play some really nice stuff and they've got great players in the middle like Allen and Malin. That rhymes. Hey, Allen and Malin.
You've got Allen.
Players.
Think about it.
So I honestly see things going up for Hibs when they get a new manager in, whether it be Jack Ross or not.
I just want to ask the people watching live, or even if you're watching it back later on, do you think Jack Ross would be a good fit for Hibs? And if he is apparently been offered both jobs, being Hearts and Hibs, because that's what the word's saying, which job do you think he should take, Ryan? Hibs or Hearts? I can you've already answered, but just to clarify,
I'd go with Hibs, just for the fact that I would repeat again in case anybody missed it. If Levein is still involved with Hearts, it's a situation that I wouldn't like to be stuck in. So I'd be going with the Hibs job personally.
Actually, some people say any manager will be shit coming into Hibs. For me, I still think, I don't know if it's just because I don't like Hibs that much, because you like them. I think he should go to Hearts, but only if Craig Levein is leaving at the end of the season, because I feel like no matter what job he will have at a club, his ego's that big that he will have the final say. Do you know what I mean? He will still be quote unquote the manager or director of football, even though he isn't.
That's exactly it. That's my exact point. It's like I wouldn't go anywhere near that job if I knew Levein was still in any sort of role that has even the slightest hint of power. Because I mean, if he managed to keep that job that long, think about how much he must have over Ann Budge. So who's Ann Budge going to listen to Craig Levein as the new manager?
Well, I think we both know about that one on that one. But so yeah, that's kind of the Hearts manager summed up. I know some people's been asking. Jack Ross is the current favourite to take over that post as well. So we move on to the next semi-final, which was obviously on the Sunday, and it was actually a very, very one-sided, comfortable game for Rangers. 3-0 the final score, and it could have been anything we wanted it to be. We were kind of saying what you're saying there. It was just almost like Rangers were like, right, we'll try a wee bit here, keep the ball. And I was just very disappointed in Hearts in the game of football as well, if I'm honest with you, Ryan, because they sacked the manager 3 days before a semi-final. I mean, we'll get to that. What the fuck is that all about? So you think maybe this new interim manager, McPhee, will come in and change things? But it was a Craig Levein team. Negative football, everyone at the back and just punting long balls. The decision, by the way, to drop the big man up top and put McLean in, what was it that about?
I'll never when I looked at the starting lineup on Sunday, I like my first instinct was right. He's got to be injured or something, and then I looked it up. No, nothing wrong with him.
Apparently, he's fine.
Don't get a decision.
Apparently it was a tactic. Now again, this is the confirmed, but apparently the tactic was to put him in there to try and get inside Connor Goldson's head, who is known to the wee error now and again. So if you actually see it within the first minute, and there's a good article that kind of breaks it down a lot better than I will, but for the first minute, as soon as the kickoff, he runs right up to Connor Goldson, gives him a wee nibble. And that apparently was his entire job, was to just not be a footballer, just be a dick to Connor Goldson.
See, it is proper Craig Levein type stuff.
That's it.
And they need to shake it. It's no good. Where is the lesson been learned?
Oh my God, man.
Longer than 6 months. Uche, for that reason, to be on the bench is baffling. Especially given the performance he just done against Connor Goldson a couple of weeks ago in the 1-1 draw. I thought he was fantastic. He was one of the main, and probably the main reason we never won that game of football was because then you drop him for a semi-final. I know he got subbed on within 30 minutes. I want to talk about that as well. So he doesn't start.
and it takes McLean off because McLean should have been sent off. I don't know if you've seen he was just being a dick, throwing elbows, running into slide challenge. He was already on a booking. He had 2 challenges after that, so the referee should have sent him off, but the manager was like, fuck it, get him off before he gets himself sent off. It's no worked. The great tactic of getting in Connor Goldson's head hasn't worked, so they take him off, they put the big man up top, but to be fair, everything that we're saying never made a difference. Goldson and Hollander actually controlled them, which was very unusual to see. But I was very disappointed in the way the Hearts set up, but a lot of credit has to be given to Rangers because you just never allowed them to play. See, after we went 1-0 up, you think, right, Hearts will then come out in the second half. Rangers fucking
straight away. The first one, was it a minute into the second half? You've got to go.
Because that was the moments, you know what I mean? A team set up negative, right? You go in at half time, you change things, and then you come out and attack. We've seen it before. Jose Mourinho was famous for it, like set up defensively and fucking go for it in the second half. And I kind of thought Hearts were going to do that. Rangers went, nah, use a pish. We're better. We're up for it. And we're just better. It was great to watch for us. But we're going to talk about Alfredo Morelos then, before I talk about the first goal scorer.
Performance and a half from him, to say the least.
Oh my
God. Words I like, you're tough, but the words that has to be said.
I'll give you credit for that one. Again, I've got to give credit for his temperament as well. Berra was trying to kick him a couple of times, especially just before half-time. Big man got himself up, just ran the show. Every time the ball went to him, I was sticking to him like glue.
Me and Dev discussed that a couple of weeks ago between ourselves. We were talking about how this season, Morelos, yes, he's improved as not just a player, and that could be the biggest thing. But for me, mentally, Morelos has changed because, as I said to Dev, my exact words to Dev were this point a year ago. Morelos, yes, I would admit he was a goal scorer, but I would never, as a manager, really want him in my team because of that reason, because of his discipline, because of his mentality. But he's changed that completely, and you can see it having an effect on the way he plays football as well. Because yes, he's still scoring goals, but he's scoring more goals, and I think he's coming a lot. I think the way he comes into games now and utilises the players around him, I think it just looks far better than what he did at this point last year. And I think it mostly comes down to what's going on up there, mentality stuff.
That dropping from the Colombian national side and picking 11 strikers ahead of him, I think was the kick up the arse he needed. And obviously got fine with Rangers last season, but Gerard's talked about how he's changed. But it's not just the fact that he was a goal scorer, like you said, or even his temperament. It's his ability to bring others onto play now. And you see that for the first goal. His cross is absolutely perfection for a big Hollander, who's the best Swedish player to ever score a Hampden. I think you'll agree with that one, right? Great finish by the big Swedes. And Morelos was...
There's the answer.
Like any of that is. Not a clue. Big Swede scores. Morelos ran the show, and his 2 goals afterwards shows that. Fantastic first goal for Morelos, which was the second overall. Tavernier, a lot of criticism, stepped up, great ball in, and big man's there to score. And I love his third goal. Did you see his third goal where he kind of flicked up? Now, again, I think it is a bit of a heavy touch, but it's the clinicalness. They just fucking volley it. Beautiful. One
thing I want to quickly add, and I had to go and do a lot of my own research for this game because BT done the day any favours. Seeing the YouTube channel, literally the 3 goals. That's all. That was all they were. Literally, I thought I'd done one of the things where I started watching it a few years before, and it left off at a certain point in the video. It's like 45 minutes. That's weird, and I played it right back, and it was back at 3 goals. That was it. That was all BT wanted to show us.
Okay, thanks BT boys. Appreciate that. To be fair, they maybe thought Hearts are vulnerable enough right now. Let's put the goals up and leave them alone.
Let's just put the misery out the way as quickly as possible for Hearts fans.
Billy Kay is actually backing up what you said. They well said 118. Since he's stopped his toys at his pram, he's looking class. Defoe's showing him new skills across. And that's where I wanted to mention. I think Defoe's done a remarkable job on Morelos as well. You see their partnership, and he's a great example. And I think that's what Morelos has needed. Someone just to put his arm around him and just show him the way. So that's kind of it for the game. If I'm honest with you, we already spoke about it. I made a 12-minute video. I was gleaming. I'm still absolutely buzzing, but I was very impressed. What was your thoughts from watching it from the other side?
What I was going to say was, once again, it's the same situation as the Celtic game. There's so many things that you could say, oh, well, if this happened, because a lot of Celtic fans might turn around and say stuff like, oh, you know, if Rangers didn't score right in the brink of half-time, it could be completely different and stuff like that. But no, look, it's cutthroat once again. Hearts were never in the game with any poise or threat. Rangers were always going to come out whether they went and 1-0 up or 0-0 at half-time and go out and win that game. Hearts may have had to be forced to make 2 substitutions in the first half or whatever, but still, Rangers were the only team in it from start to finish. And it was once again one of those situations. They went into the game knowing fine well what Celtic had done the day before. And it's that now, as you've already touched on in this season, there's that sense of who can get one more, who can do one better.
Every goal is important.
That is going to be, and I know this is a cup game, and goals don't matter at all. But still, you want to go out of the weekend being looked at as the better team. That is the standard that it's got back to now, and it's painful to see. I still have faith in Celtic to go and do this, that, next thing. But like, it is back to that point where until someone starts going clear, whether that's Celtic or Rangers, it's going to be like that week in, week out.
Mm-hmm. I'm just reading some of the comments here from GX. He's bringing up the fact that Stephen Naismith died. Now, have you seen this, Ryan?
No, I don't think so, no.
Right, I was kind of hoping you missed this because BT obviously never showed it, and neither did the Spfl highlights, I don't think, because they were like, wait, someone diving against Rangers, let's not show that. I will show you this, right? I want your live reaction.
I've got the phone ready here.
Right, here we go.
I've got the phone ready. It's like a Fine Bros video. Where react to.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, just as we go on, David Moyes has confirmed he has no interest to take over either Hibs or Hearts.
Oh, wow. Oh, God, forgive them.
Nation is at it again as you've captioned it. Let's see, right. So, for goodness sake. Wait. What is he trying to claim as Hamdale?
He's trying to say that, and see, after when he gets up, he's going like this. That Aribo elbowed them in the face. I'm not even kidding.
Almighty. That just sums up Stephen A. Smith, doesn't it?
Oh, Judas bastard. I absolutely hate him. He came on, his supposed to be set off.
That's fine to me. Just how he plays in the park.
Stephen Cutler again, he sums up, it was a siege and overhead kick attempt. If any of you have ever saw me try and score an overhead kick, that's probably spot on, to be fair. But it was absolutely embarrassing from Hearts. Not only the dive, but the overall performance. I'd be very, very disappointed. To set up there with no intentions to try and play football, they went, we'll be dicks, we'll kick corner goals and try and get inside the guy's head, and we'll just play, I don't know, maybe for an odd set piece. But Rangers taught them a lesson I think they needed. Now, we kind of touched on it already, but Craig Levein getting sacked a couple of days before a semi-final. You talked about, on the Hibs perspective, that you agree, give him a chance to the semi-final. If it doesn't work out, sack him. If he wins, you keep him because he's got you to a final. On the flip side, Ryan, what's your thoughts on Craig Levein getting sacked before a semi?
I was baffled. Like I expected the sacking of Levein to come at some point this season, but certainly not a couple of days before a semi-final. I think
I thought it was a prank.
The worst part, look, honestly, I found it very hard to believe to the point it could have been just a prank because was the day ever, like, I knew it was going to come, but it's one of these things, like, it's inevitable, but you just don't know when, and it's just never going to believe it when you first see it. But I think the worst part is it just creates such an amount of confusion between the squad, between the players, because you don't, and it must confuse the likes of Austin McPhee, who's coming in, and now he's got his own chance to come in and put his own stamp on the game, give his own tactic, but in how much time? And are the players going to adjust? Are they going to like it? Blah blah blah. In 2-3 days, everything changes going into a semi-final. It's not going to work. I think as much as they may have wanted rid of him, you've got to stick with the guy running up to that game, and then you've got the opportunity to do it afterwards. I don't believe Austin McPhee was given a good chance to represent what he may want for the Hearts.
Very strange man.
I know he always has looked like a very
skinny Viking
character. Just very, very an odd Viking. It confused me. And that's to say that's probably how I'd sum it up. Confusing for not just the fans, but for the players and Austin McPhee. Why then? That's what I'd be saying.
Yeah. I know, like I just, there's not one single part of me, even though he was sacked, doesn't think that Craig Levein had direct involvement with that squad going into that final. I think that's just taking the heat off, or maybe they're like, Ken, we'll say you're sacked, but you can still run the fucking show, because I believe that happening. Maybe
it's just to give Austin McPhee a wee run in charge, and then they go, oh, by the way, Craig's back to make things better.
End of the season.
Aye. They wouldn't shock me.
No, definitely. But I agree with the decision. I think we can both agree. I mean, I start getting tired of fucking talking about it every week, by the way. Oh. Is Paul getting sacked? Is Craig getting sacked? Not me, but the wanker. But now we've finally got answers, and yes, for both of them. So we move on officially, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a good question comes in there from Lewis Campbell, which says, is Barisic the best left-back in the league? And I just wanted your opinion on that one, Ryan. Starting for Croatia now, first name in the team sheet, goals and assists, different animal to what he was last season. I think on form right now, I think he is. If you asked me that 10 weeks ago, I said no. But he showed it now.
That's one thing that I hear from obviously Rangers fans all the time is how Barisic is. I work with so many people who are Rangers fans. They talk about how he's improving as a player and stuff. Best left back in the league.
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you say that man's name in here.
Greg Taylor. It's Greg Taylor as the best left back in the league.
Oh, mate, did you see his tweet that he fired at Greg Taylor, by the way, the lifetime Rangers fan? He was actually at a couple of Rangers games, like, I think 3 weeks or so before he joined Celtic. And even last season, he was at the European games with Rangers scarves, right? And he tweeted, "It's been a lifelong dream to play at Celtic Park and get a clean sheet." So buzzing. I'm like, was it, Greg? Was it?
It's his lifelong dream now, CJ. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Just watch the space.
Man.
You're going to see competition between both Bolly Golly and Greg Taylor to be the creme de la creme. Now, the real question. On you go. You got your.
Do you know what is so strange though? Like being a Celtic fan, right? Like there's a thing called lip service, and we all ken what it is, right? But like, I've always wanted to join you. I've always wanted this. We can't see through the bullshit. Kennedy was literally at a Rangers game like 3 months ago with a scarf when I'm getting it, whatever song that he was singing. A couple of months later, he's like, lifelong dream. You just can't applaud and be like, yes, Greg.
It happens so much that it's just like it's down south and everything. You know, it's just whatever you need to do to keep the publicity good. But as I was going to say, the most important question is Jeremy Frimpong, best right back in the league. There's a question for you.
No.
Yes.
No, he's definitely not. Have me on a bad day still, but just now.
You better. You better.
Wait,
you better
what other boy you play at right back? I think he's better.
I think he's cracking. See, that's the thing. Now we're in a situation where
better than Frimpong, not better than Tavernier.
Last year, I know. I think Hatem El Hamid. I'm trying to say it too quick. I preferably don't know. I mean, just think it. Last year we had somebody down that right hand side who, you know, could barely walk.
Was terrified of Ryan Kent.
And now Ryan Kent's going to be terrified the other way around. Wait for that cup.
Did you see what he was doing at Hearts? Did you see what he was doing? It's just getting better. Did you see what he done at Porto? Half fit, phenomenal. I just want to. Can we just clarify now that Lustig's moved on, Ryan? Right? Mm-hmm. He did shite it against Ryan Kent. Can we just be?
Absolutely. Just at the same time, it was done. But I mean, you could actually just see it in his eyes.
He was
done for like 2 years. Like, I don't know how he was still the first choice, but it's over. You know what? The other days are past. It's a new.
Finally for you.
Still good times.
I just wanted to finally get that little clip there so I can always remember it and keep it close to my soul. But that was kind of the games of football. You have phenomenal performances with Ryan Jack again, who was absolutely outstanding. I don't know how much you saw for the highlights, but Jack's just a different animal.
That was actually one thing I was going to bring up and ask you. That was probably one of my only questions about the game was I've never been a massive Ryan Jack person. I've never been like, oh, Ryan Jack's this, that. I think Ryan Jack's always been a solid player, but never anything like, I know you absolutely adore him, and that's why I never really bring it up. I've never thought like Ryan Jack
smash his gaff up
here. I've always thought he's like a good player. And that's no bad. Like being consistently good is good, but I never thought it was anything big on that. But over the past 2 weeks, especially when I've got mates who had the kind of same Rangers fan mates who had the same kind of opinion on Ryan Jack as me, never thought it was like here, but thought it was good. Over the last 2-3 games, they have been saying that Ryan Jack has looked so unbelievably good and blah blah blah. Still, in my eyes, not a Callum McGregor, but a player who.
Fuck you! Come on.
I need to say that before I get abused.
You need to say that, right? That's fine. I'll give you that. Well, you have to say that too.
As well. But
get Billy.CJ's channel.
But like that was the one thing I was going to bring up is Ryan Jack. How big an impact do you think personally of the last, especially the weekend there, just having there? Like, do you think he's just? What's your opinion on him? Because I can be updating how well he's actually been playing and stuff. You know?
I know Morelos is scoring a lot of goals, and rightly so, but if you were asking me who's been the best overall Rangers player every single minute that he's played, I'd honestly give it to Ryan Jack. I'm not just saying that because I've obviously been backing him for a long time. And I think you could see it from the 1-1 draw versus Hearts when Jack wasn't there, just that midfield presence. And Gerrard's talked about it every single time. He's always talking throughout the game. He's always screaming at people. And I think you could maybe argue that he's the captain or the people's captain, because you can see he goes and does the slide challenge. He talks shite to people. He screams at people, and that was missing in the 1-1 draw versus Hearts. But you saw that every time they got the ball. I think within the first couple of minutes, he sprinted 60 yards to close down the defender and slid challenged it and got a throw in, and that just got the crowd up. And I just think he's a bit of an old school player that way. But as someone I put up in the video earlier, I said he started to shoot as well because he's got the freedom now. He's got this confidence, and you see it, he's scoring goals now. If you'd have told me that last year, he's going to be banging long shots outside the box, I wouldn't have believed you. But honestly, mate, he's been what we've needed for a very, very long time. Another player who was very good, by the way, was Stephen Davis, and we've already talked about Alfredo Morelos. But
there was only one centre mid who scored a double at Hampden this weekend. Could you remind me who it was against you?
Sorry, mate, you bring up there.
So it's good to get me dig in there.
Fucking Hibs goalie threw him, man. I want the match investigated. He fucking spilled it, bastard. 2 tap-ins. I hate him. Right, we'll move on away from the semi-final. It's going to be a very, very exciting final. I imagine it's going to be very hotly contested between us before it actually goes ahead. So we'll make a video on one of the channels or another discussing the preview or anything like that. But we need to kind of just touch on the midweek games, obviously, because of the time we've spent discussing the League Cup special. We're not going to go in depth, but a couple of results that really stood out for me was St Johnstone continuing that fantastic record of not losing since 2010 versus Hearts. I think I was the only one at back Hearts not to win.
I wasn't here last week to take the notes, so you might have been. I can't remember what I backed.
Yeah, I think you were 3-1 Hearts. I think Div was 3-0 and Gogsy was up there as well. But I picked the 1-1 draw, so I never got it right, but I knew they weren't going to win that. A very important win there for Motherwell, keeps them in third. It was kind of the battle of the third place between them and Kilmarnock. That was a big thing that we need to discuss, or can I mention it was a massive win for them, because Gogsy predicted his team to get beat 4-1 or that. Usual.
There's no faith for him. No faith.
No, wanker. Hibs got the obviously draw 2-2 versus Livingston, but you think about it, getting beat 2-0, 70th minute.
They done well to pull it back, but once again, it's why the results. They should have been. They were at Easter Road as well, weren't they? 2-0 down to Livingston at Easter Road.
You should have heard the fucking boos.
Oh, and I can't really say anything bad about Livingston because they're the only team to beat Celtic this season. But
Big Dykes.
Still, at home, you shouldn't be 2-0 down.
Chipping Foster.
Shouldn't be happening. And granted, that's me saying that about a team Hibs who are so far down the table, but it's just, once again, it's at home, you've got that quality. It's just, it's a meltdown, and I knew they need to get over that. But a good result for Livy. They will be gutted, didn't walk about with the 3. If you said beforehand take a draw at Easter Road, I'm sure they'd be happy with that. Yeah,
especially given how poor they normally are away from home. I like homes where they've been picking up the points. And the last thing we need to mention, because we obviously know Rangers absolutely steamrolled Ross Kent with a fantastic performance. Ryan Jack getting a dirty double, by the way, if you're talking about midfield players scoring doubles. Never mind level. I don't know. And then Celtic obviously beat St Mirren 2-0 in the overall game of football. I know St Mirren actually broke through and missed a 1-on-1 earlier on the game.
It was a lacklustre performance from Celtic all round, but they got the job done. But St Mirren unlucky with that chance in the game, and they came with a clear tactic at Celtic Park. And you know what? They were one of the better teams to play.
How did they set up, Ryan? If you didn't mind telling us,
it was literally like, it's no nice, it's no pretty. They had the one big man waiting up the top, and they had the 5 through the middle trying to kind of suck everything at the game.
5, right?
But it was working. They only conceded 2 goals, and for a team who are sitting at the bottom of the table right now, for a team sitting bottom of the table, they come to Celtic Park and only concede 2 goals. They and having a couple of chances into the bargain wasn't the worst that I have seen. So you know what, they set up well, and they only took 2. So
I was actually really annoyed because obviously we weren't going to go too much in depth for this one, but I was kind of through on the highlights. I was like, right, I've just got to take a wee highlight, just get a breakdown of the game. See, when I seen the 1-on-1 chance they missed, I went, fucking, that's my luck. I was like, no, I can't be arsed. He's missed a 1-on-1.
It was a howler. Well, not a howler, but it was disappointing.
Oh my God. Could you know I've just scored that? Kept on moving.
Nah, wasn't going to happen.
And the other big game that we need to talk about is Aberdeen actually getting a win, which is a surprise. Via a narrow win versus Hamilton.
I got a narrow win, but they managed to follow up in it the weekend as well. So that's 2 wins in the trot there for Aberdeen, and maybe a wee bit coming up for them to try and get back up to
Derek in.
Maybe Derek in. What's that mad video with the pie again?
Oh, phenomenal!
Jeez,
oh man,
just came to mind there what up with Derek in.
See, every time like Scottish football starts to respawn, we start doing shit like that. I'm like, fuck, come on. We get enough abuse for being 10. Stop doing pie adverts.
10 years ago, I don't feel like I would have seen Craig Brown doing this sort of adverts. So why Derek McInnes now?
Oh man, it's brilliant. But anyway, that was kind of the midweek games. Now, we're going to be discussing our predictions for next week in a couple of minutes. But I just wanted to ask you, what was your player of the week, Ryan? Who's your one player? Because obviously we played 2 games.
Player of the week.
I just want one name. Just one name. Who was it?
The name for me has to be... El Yunusi is my player of the week. Fantastic form just now, even to the point where some are saying Southampton will consider recalling him in January. And if they do, I will, as I followed up on the tweet, as I've seen the tweet already, I will happily take on the whole city of Southampton, if so. But El Yunusi is my
fair, that's not much. You've seen how much they're getting pumped lately.
Well, they were unlucky against City at the weekend. Held on late.
So he's actually looking very dangerous. Was it last 5 games, 6 goals, 3 assists or something?
3 assists, I'm sure is the exact stat. You've got that right, CJ. Well done.
Numbers up here, mate. Fucking for days. That's it. Want me to tell you what Tavernier stats were last season? We'll move on. My player of the week, by the way, because obviously he's played 2 games and I thought he was absolutely outstanding in both of them. It's none other than Ryan frickin' Jacks. 2 goals on Wednesday and just ran the show in a semi-final as well, where there was a lot of pressure on Rangers to respond after the way that Celtic played. So that's going to be the players of the week. I see a lot of people going for Morelos as the player of the week. Curtis Main getting a bit of love. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. Ryan Jack, Morelos is coming in. Jamie Murphy's getting a nice wee mention there. Obviously, you're not a Rangers man or anything like that, Ryan, but it's good to see someone who's kind of had 2 years worth of injuries pretty much.
I keep forgetting he even plays for Rangers. Just because he's been gone for so long.
It's a shame. Like you always want to see, whether it's whatever, but you want to see guys getting back playing football, and his family and that was there, so that was a good wee moment for him as well. A lot of love to come there for Ryan Jack. So we'll end it there and we'll get to our prediction ons then, shall we? So get involved in the comments section. So it's just me and thee this thing, so look, pressure feels head to head, mate.
This is it. This is the test, the battle of wits. Some may say.
I'm not messing about this week.
Let's try serious. And keep it. Exactly the same as me. I'm sitting as I write down the games. Honestly, feeling so strategic. Right. Anyway,
stuck to Rocky. Look at that fucking double decker wrapper. Staunch bass.
Nice. Munching away. Right. Are you ready to hear the fixtures for this weekend's games? Keeping in mind that the Europa League will be contested on Thursday as well. As Rangers play Porto at home.
Porto at home,
Celtic head over to Rome. And as we were saying before we go on, this may be the last time you see me. Very maybe on the show.
I'm going to change the title as Ryan's farewell tour.
There's City
going on. This City. You're shouting yourself and you're like, phone help, get help. So good luck, Ryan, with that, by the way, mate. This could be it.
This could
probably is.
I don't want... See, let's just hope it's all nice and football-y. That's it, just football-y. Right.
I hope they'll look at your fucking face up there and be like, Celtic YouTuber, you got a face on us.
Wank it off YouTube, and that'll be me. That'll be it done.
How many times we hear that per day, by the way? It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Oh, no. Right, are you ready to predict these games, CJ?
Let's go. Do you want to do it? No, right, let's go.
We're going straight. Right, okay, right. Well, first game of the weekend is sure to be tasty as we have bottom of the league bottom of the league St Mirren heading to Hearts, managerless Hearts. CJ, would you like to go first?
Can we just request to have this not play? I'm gonna back St Mirren. I like St Mirren this year. They've set up the right way. They try and play actual football, apart from that one game versus Rangers that I saw. So I'm gonna predict St Mirren to win this 1-0. 1-0 Saints.
Well, I am going to go in the opposite direction, and I'm going to predict 1-0 to Austin McPhee's Hearts.
McPhee?
Somehow, I just see it happening, and that is no slight against St Mirren because I agree with you. I like what they've been doing and what they do in the park, but I have a slight feeling the Hearts are just going to upset them and get that win.
Cammy McFarlane writes in 1-0 to St Mirren. JP writes in 1-1. William Salmon writes in 1-0, and Andy Taker writes in 2-1 to St Mirren as well. Okay, what are we saying? Who cares? Okay.
Second game is at Rugby Park, the Battle of Plastic Pitches, as Kilmarnock take on Hamilton. And for this game, I am going to go with a 3-0 Kilmarnock win. I see a blowout here.
Kilmarnock. Just your big scoreline in the week.
4th and 5th. That could potentially. I mean, looking at it, could be potentially a big scoreline of the week. Don't want to reveal too much yet.
I've kind of got to back you up there because it's basically a home game for both of them because it's plastic and cheap and pish.
Nah.
But I'll go with, I think Kilmarnock's going to respond. So I didn't want to go 3-0 because you've said it. But I kind of think I did have 3-0 in my notes. So it's the annoying. I think, fuck it. 3-0.
Just go for it.
Just go back to back.
We've got a 3-0 there as well.
Easy Scott writes in 1-0 to Kelly. Adam Oliver writes in 2-0 to Kelly. Andrew Campbell 2-0 Hamilton. That's a surprise. Did not expect to be saying that. And Cammy McFarlane, you could just tell he's a Kilmarnock fan. 1-0 Kelly, I hope. Shout
Right.
to him.
Next game up to Dingwall as Ross County take on Aberdeen. CJ, would you like to kick us off?
I've actually got an away win here, believe it or not. And I didn't think I was going to be saying that because I like Ross County, especially at home, but they're starting to bleed goals now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Aberdeen, 2 on the bounce, Derek's come back to her. Just to make sure he's got a job.
Thought he was gone.
Every time you think you got rid of him, he fucking pops back
up.
It's
like for the next wee while, things are going to be good.
So I'll go, actually I had 1-0 written, so 1-0 Aberdeen.
Oh yeah, 1-0. I have a close result because I have the 1 goal difference in there and I have the Aberdeen win, but I'm going for 2-1. I think Ross County will get a goal and I'm saying that Aberdeen will narrowly get there.
Lewis Steele actually agrees with you, mate. He's gone 2-1. Glenn, whoever flips it the other way, he goes 2-1 to Ross County. You've got Calum, I actually lost that there because so many came in there. I really apologise. Jim Lane writes in Ross County 70-0.
Fair play.
Fair, that's probably.
Aye.
Ken, if that scoreline did happen, he'd blame you, young players. Young players.
Have some.
And Matzo writes in 2-1 to Ross County. Surprisingly, a lot of love for Ross County.
Which is...
Fuck Aberdeen, isn't it?
I do agree with that, but I mean, St Johnstone taking on Hibs in the next game as a game that I think it will just be superb to watch.
St Johnstone's back-to-back winners here. They're on form.
Exactly, which makes things difficult for me to say because I'll go first in this one. Hibs, St Johnstone. Do you know what? I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going to take my first draw.
Come on, Ryan.
I'm going to take my first draw of the weekend and say 1-0.
I've also got 1-0.
There we go.
It's annoying.
Going to end with the exact same amount of points this week.
Jim Gibson actually agrees with both of us. 1-1. Lewis Steele writes in 1-0 to St Johnstone. Chrissy writes in 2 each. I love the way he's actually just wrote 2 each. Man after mine heart there, Chrissy. Mark writes in St Johnstone 2-0. Can you imagine if they won 3 on the bounce? The end is nigh, mate. The end is nigh. And Thomas Lee writes in 1-0 to St Johnstone, a heckin' popcorn goal. He'll probably be streaking on the park.
Rightly so. If I was him, I'd be doing the same after how things have went. Get some sort of jubilation with it. Anyway, heading to the Sunday games after the Europa League, it is the big ones, the battle at the top of the table, who will continue to be on top or blah, blah, blah.
Goals are the thing that matters now.
Yep. And the first one, Celtic with the home court advantage. How
many home games have you had? I'm joking. Feels like every fucking week. Every fucking week.
Gogsy will be visiting. I can't wait. Celtic versus Gogsy. Prediction, CJ.
I want the match fixing set up here. I'm writing an email tonight because I'm sick of you saying Celtic are at home. I'm bored of this because we've got.
When was the last time we were away?
4 seasons ago.
Aberdeen.
Aye, but that's based at a home game for you. All joking on that aside, I'm just messing there because there's a couple of things that get said on Twitter about Rangers at home games. I'm gonna go 1 each. I think the Lazio game is going to take a lot out of Celtic, and I think they're actually going to get a positive result versus Lazio.
Yeah, anyway.
But I think Motherwell always seem to do well when you didn't expect them to. You know what I mean? Like when they went on that winning run, went, we fancy Motherwell. Done shite. I think because of the European game, Lazio away, 1 each. Going for it.
Fair play. I'm going to go for a comfortable 2-0. I don't think we're going to come back from Rome with thunder to score, 4 or 5, but I think we'll come back capable enough to win the game. So 2-0. To
be fair, Aberdeen just let you score as many goals as you want last time after the European game. That was embarrassing as well. Adam Oliver writes in 3-1 to Celtic, a ball and golly own goal. He would still pick him. He would still pick him in his team of the week.
He would be there. It's a goal, isn't it?
Doesn't matter. But I mean, the second half it was out of been in. Conor Mitchell writes in 3-0 to Celtic. Callum McCracken, a man after my own heart. Brown on goal in the 90th minute. Boy, that would just make my night. That'd be 3 goals that he scored in a couple of weeks. Thomas Lee writes in 1-0 Motherwell. Gogsy's bed sheet to score. As long as it's the bed sheet and not the hanky. And the last one.
No Gogsy.
Imagine that.
Can I have that?
Oh, I love it. They were doing a thing like Motherwell, like Wardbot, and it was like other players, and then Gogsy was in it. Gogsy was the first one listed. Motherwell players need to step up. What a man. And Darren, we are the people, writes in 1-0 to the Well.
Fair play, which brings us on to the final game of the weekend as Rangers head to the favoured Tony Macaroni Arena.
Dykesy.
Take on Livy.
The boys.
So tempted to go with a Livy win here after what they've done to us. But I'm going to do the same as you, but you said for Celtic, I'm going to go for 1-0. I'm saying Livy 1, Rangers 1 at the Tony Mac.
Nah, they love us, like Robinson and everything. They play up for us. They'll just let us. See, remember that goal Leeds went, just go and score?
Aye.
If it's the 90th minute, we've not scored. Was Livingston would go, just go and score, mate. When he's going, fuck Celtic. On you go. Dykes would be like, lock it in. Nah, all joking that aside, I'm going to obviously tell you my prediction the day before, but I think it's going to be an exciting game. Livingston seem to be just a different animal at the Tony Macaroni. But all I'm going to say is I'm confident the Rangers will respond in truth. Connor writes in 5-0 to that would be some result. Going to Tony and get 5 goals. Jam Stu writes in 2-0 to the famous. Mark Down actually goes for a 6-goal thriller, 2 for Livingston, 4 for Rangers. Andrew Campbell writes in 3-1 to Livy, a Robbie Crawford hat-trick. Well, how do you block people in this, Ryan?
I'm not too sure, but I like him, so keep him up. Cheers, Andrew.
Andrew Campbell, that's the last time you ever get read out, son.
Cheers.
Robert writes in 4-1 to the Bears, and the last 2 or 3 we'll read out. The first one comes from Aaron Smith. He goes 1-0, big buff. And let's wait. Thomas Lee writes in Rangers 3, Livingston 0. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the predictions all wrapped up, and it's been an interesting 51 minutes, Ryan. Where League Cup special. You think about it, last week or so has been actually kind of good result for our teams. Good European performances. Back-to-back wins. It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
It is, and it's only November. There is still a long way to go. A very exciting season. Let's see how it goes. This Thursday, hopefully we follow up with good results and follow on.
Well, I hope Addy have a good result first.
Why?
You can lose that 3-0 if he's won. I'd be fine with that. Are you sure?
I want to enjoy my trip.
Well, that's going to be a whole thing in itself because you might not be coming back.
I know. True. Nice.
Especially, I've been sending them like laminates to your face.
You've got them wanted the deed or deed posters just sent out, ready for them.
Nah, you'll be all right, mate. You'll be all right.
Nah, I should be.
Too much of a prick. They didn't hit people with glasses, you'll be fine. They'll be like, take your glasses off. No.
Nope.
Damn it.
This is my security, this. So.
Good. They're fakes. There's like Harry Potter.
They even got lenses in them, the reflection. Don't know where that comes from.
No.
Photoshop,
I think. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we want to tell them where we can find you on the internet, mate, before we wrap up.
They can find me, right as it says there, at Ryan118 on YouTube and on Twitter at RyanStephenF.
There you are. What's your email address again?
Not going to get it this week either.
1 week I'll get it. I've been Siege on too, by the way. That has been, let's see, Rocky Boy Johnson just like full on staring at me this entire, look at that. Full on staring at me the entire time. Psycho. Yeah, that's been the SPFL show. Hopefully you tune in next week and you've enjoyed this episode, and we will catch you then and bye. This is the funny part because it's always on right now, like this, like Ryan.
Bye. Oh wait, is it